Hey, what's going on? This is a video response to iraqveteran8888. uh, the video you made about Clay Duke, the individual that was involved in the Florida school board shooting, or attempted shooting, I guess you could say. I was going to leave a comment below, but it would have taken up, so much. So I decided to make this video response. I hope you don't mind, Uh, I hope that's all right. But this is a, this is a touchy subject. This is kind of a big deal right now, with the way gun owners are perceived and just everything. Just this is a big national deal. So with that being said, I hope I don't come across the wrong way, or you don't take this the wrong way. And I hope I didn't take your video the wrong way. So I'm just throwing this out there. You don't have to put it up or keep it up or whatever if you don't want to. But before I start, I just want to say those videos you made about High Point torture test, those are awesome. I was on the forums. I'm not sure if I was on one of the concealed carry forums or the firing line, but those videos were up there and people were talking about it. So that's cool. I enjoyed those videos. But to get started about Clay Duke, yeah, this guy was obviously mentally, he had some problems, and not only that, I believe there's different calibers of people, he was just on a totally different level. Yes, he was mentally disturbed, this and that, but I think, excuse my language, I think he was just a dumbass piece of shit. There are different calibers of people in this world, and he was not on par with most men in this world, nor most men that own guns in this world. There's just different levels of people, and he was at the bottom in my mind. Just the way he acted, to even do such a thing, you're just not a very substantial person in my mind to do something like that. And with that being said, he was obviously mentally disturbed. He went in there, drew the V for Vendetta thing. He attempted to shoot those individuals unsuccessfully. I do believe it had a lot to do with him not wanting to take a life. Perhaps that was it. Perhaps he was nervous. I think a lot to do with it is the level of a person that he is. He obviously hadn't trained with the firearm very much. I mean, he was nervous, probably poor trigger control, everything, why he missed that first man that he shot at. He had an accidental discharge. Yes, that could be from being nervous, but if you notice when that accidental discharge happened, he even surprised himself, and he discharged and he kind of jumped. It surprised him. So I think a lot of it had to do with him just, he just couldn't handle a firearm, and he probably didn't want to take a human life, but I think he was just a damn idiot, to tell you the truth. And you were talking about the mental state. You have to be mentally prepared to take a life. Okay? It seemed to me like, you were comparing it, your everyday person with a firearm to this individual. And your everyday person with a firearm has that firearm in self-defense, and this individual maliciously planned on doing this, it's not like he was just there and it just happened. He had brought the spray paint, he had gotten the pistol, he had drove down there, he had put this all into motion, whether he wanted to or not. He had committed to doing this days ago. Whether he wanted to take a life or not, I'm not sure. Whether he wanted to just die, I'm not sure. If he wanted to, suicide by police or whatever, but I don't believe it was suicide by police because he shot himself. Why? So I'm not sure about that, but your everyday individual, yes. As you were saying, they keep this gun over here, and they keep the ammunition over here, or they keep the gun locked up in a safe, as if they're going to get up and get it out of the safe, to protect their family. That is stupid. You know, a lot of people do buy firearms um, just for mental security. Hey, I got a gun. You know, I'm a man. I got a gun in my safe. I'm gonna protect my family, and that's complete utter stupidity, as as you were saying. You know, I carry daily on my person. I have my concealed pistol license. Um, I carry condition 1. You know, uh, just in case. I have no intention of taking anyone's life, nor do I ever want to. I hope it never I get put in that situation. But this is a crazy world, man. You know. And just in case, I carry condition 1, because if I ever need to pull my gun out, I'm gonna be shooting. So I want it to go as fast as possible. You know, I've mentally prepared myself as much as I could for a situation like that without taking any. I have not taken any pistol self-defense classes or anything. Really can't afford it right now. I plan on doing it because I've never taken one, so I'm not sure what they consist of. But if they can help me mentally prepare even more, you know, that would be great. And if not, I mean, I'd still like to take the classes. But you know, I've mentally prepared as much as I could for that situation. You know, God forbid that it ever happens. You know, I keep a gun in my nightstand. You know, magazine fully loaded with an empty chamber, just in case, you know, if someone comes in my house. Like I said, I have no intention on taking a life. I would rather avoid it as much as I could. So the sound of a round being chambered is a very distinctive sound, and hopefully that will deter them, you know, if they are unarmed. And if it does not, then, you know, they fucked up, and they will lose their life. You know, I mean, that's all that can be said about that. I've mentally prepared myself as much as I could. Never having been in the situation before, I can't say, you know, no one can say 100% what they will do until they get in that situation, but, you know, I'm 99.9% sure what my actions will be in defense of my life. You know, excuse me. So, with that being said, yeah, there are a lot of people that buy guns just for security, and it's stupid. It makes no sense. They are going to end up getting hurt if they do carry their weapon, you know, and they're not mentally prepared for a situation. And if they do have it in their home, and some, you know, and a home invasion does occur or something, and they have a gun in their safe or whatnot, that's not going to work out too well for them now, is it? You know, I mean, a lot of it is nonsense, and for someone just to want to pull a pistol out to scare someone, you know, by showing it to them, like you said, that is going to escalate a situation if the other person is armed. Because if someone pulls a pistol out on me, you know, with no intention to take my life, but they're trying to rob me or something, and they pull a pistol out on me, first chance I get, I'm gonna pull my pistol and fire. So, with no intent or not, I mean, whether it's for the bad or the good, you know, I don't know. I don't really want to get into that. I guess that's a whole different can of worms. But yeah, the mentality of someone doing it for the bad and the mentality of someone, you know, defending their life, they're two totally different things in my mind. So I know I'm probably missing a lot of stuff. Probably should have wrote this out or something. But you know, this is getting a little long now. It's almost 10 minutes. But oh, and you were saying, you know, with the gun-free zones, or when you do carry a gun, how much you carry, this and that. You know, I take my gun places, you know, and you know, I have friends that, you know, when we leave the house, they'll see me grab my gun and be like, "You're taking your gun?" So, yeah, I'm taking my gun. Well, why are you taking your gun here? Why not? Why not take my gun here? You know, there's been shootings at churches, malls, you know, fast food restaurants, the school board meeting, schools. You know, these shootings happen everywhere. you know. And these people may not understand it, but you know, God forbid one day if something does happen and I'm there, maybe, you know, they'll see, hey, maybe I should have had a gun. This guy just saved my life, or you know, you never know when you're going to need your gun. That's why you need to have it on you. And I wish more Americans were armed. You know, more good responsible Americans. And like you were saying, it does come with a responsibility. A big response. I thought about it for a while before I even got my concealed pistol license. It's a huge responsibility. My cousin has been thinking about getting it, and you know, I tried to explain to him, man, this is a big responsibility. You have to mentally prepare yourself. You know, you have to stay trained with that firearm in case you ever do use it. You don't want to be damaging property or taking the life of innocent people. You know, that's just unacceptable. There are legal things that you need to learn, you know, about it. You know, just carrying the firearm, and if you do happen to use it after using the firearm, you know, you can't drink. I mean, there's just so many. It's such a big responsibility. I know I'm leaving a bunch of stuff out. That's like you can get into a 50-minute video just on the responsibilities of carrying a firearm. So, yeah, I lost my whole track of thought. So I'm just gonna end it here. I love your videos. Keep it up. I'm glad you have a channel on here. I really enjoy watching them, and I hope I didn't come across the wrong way in anything I've said in this video. It was just kind of, you know, it's a response video. I'm just kind of throwing it out there, just right off the top of my head. So, no offense if I did say anything stupid, but I just kind of wanted to make a video and touch on a couple of those subjects. So thanks a lot for making videos, and yeah, thank you.